Let's go into the arena. See how he doesn't turn yet? I don't like that. He didn't give me his hip. So when we get in here, I'm going to ask him to give me his hip. I'm going to change all of that. It's not going to be all in a day either. But I'm going to see by how he racks in here, how long it's actually going to take. But we always start off right here with what I'm about to do. If I don't start here, I can't expect anything reasonable out of him. Because you need a foundation with everything. Make sense?
Yes.
So by me stopping him right there, I'm not waiting on him to get up on me. For one, that's another safety issue. If I know a horse is spooky, especially, I'm always going to keep him out of my circle of trust. About 5 feet in diameter around me. Okay, or circumference, whatever you want to call it. So, what I'm going to ask him to do right here is, I'm going to give him his head because, I mean, there's no sense in me holding him up in here. He needs to find his depth perception, and two, I need space around me. Now, I'm going to arc out, and I'm always going to be on his outside. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at his hip first. I'm going to motion here. If he doesn't move, I'm going to walk towards it, around it, and I'm going to swing.
Okay.
When I swing, if he doesn't move, then I'm going to connect.
Okay.
Okay? That's going to make him, that's pretty much, if you see him in the field, the lead horse is going to walk over, and he's going to walk intensely. If he doesn't move, he's going to pin his ear. If he doesn't move when he pins his ears, then he's going to bite. So we're doing the same thing just with this. All right?
Okay.
All right, it is also going to get his attention. So I'm going to walk, look, good. I don't want him to move that front end, so I'm going to block him here. I'm going to block him here. Don't get off me. I don't want him to walk into my space.
Okay.
I want him to yield his hindquarters. That's why I stopped him there. So give him a cross it over, like that. Perfect. So if he does what I want him to do, I'll give him a little break.
Okay.
I'm not as hard on him at first because I don't know what he knows. And he's not malicious. If he was malicious, I'd just whoop the crap out of him right now and get him in order. There's a reason for that.
Okay.
Look, you gotta do both sides of a horse. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. That's good. That's good. That's what I want. Now, I want to amp it up, and I want to keep asking for that, because the more I ask for that, then that lack of respect for space is going to show. Then I'm going to be able to get him over it. And then we don't have to worry about it. All right. So, ask for it. I don't want him to be afraid when I do this. See, he's anticipating right now, so I don't want that. So I'm going to back him up a little bit. There we go. Good. To this side. Back him up off me. If I can't move him without touching him, then I can't ride him. Right? Because I have reins, and them reins are not holding his face in his mouth, but them reins are I'm holding the reins back here. His head's way up here. So if I can't do it like this, I can't ride him.
Right.
Okay? So that's why I want to throw the shoulder in and use this. There we go. So because I showed him this first, then I came with this. So eventually what's going to happen is I'm going to be able to bump him this way in the air, and he'll back up. So there's a reason why I'm doing all this good. Bump, good. See that? A lot different. Look, good. Bump. He doesn't do it. I increase it. See that? There it is. Now I want to look at the hip and shut it down. There we go. So I'm not yanking on his head. See, when I put pressure on him, what did he do? He tried to walk away. Remember, when you first came out here?
Yeah.
And it was a problem, what would you do?
I would get really tense and freak out and
just run away from the problem, right?
Yeah.
It's a correlation to that. So, so the same way, we're just going to get him through it. And what was the issue? It was a lack of confidence.
Yes.
So that's what we're doing here.
Okay.
So I'm drawing every bit of that out. I have to expose it so I can get him past it.
Right. Okay.
I ain't going to punish him for it. I'm going to get him over it, though. I'm going to let him know that he has that problem. Because what I'm doing here is I'm getting him to respect. There we go. getting him to respect my space. Now, what's going to happen is, look at that, licking his lips, I'm going to give him a rest. When he shows me signs of relaxation and trust and understanding, I give him a rest. That's his reward. If I add pressure and he yields to that pressure, then I need to release it. Otherwise, he's going to do something else because he's trying to get away from that pressure. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Like if I'm constantly yelling at you, and I'm just yelling and yelling, you're like, I can't win, right? Same deal.
Okay.
Now, here's the difference. I can walk into his circle of trust. You see how I did it calmly? And I can walk back out. But when I go here, I expect him to move because I'm outside of that circle of trust I have.
That you created. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I show him that when I'm inside here, it's all right. But when I'm outside here, I need you to move.
Yeah.
Okay? Good. 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 And my posture changes when I'm here. Good. So all I'm doing right here is I do everything in stages and I do it slow. Now see how he asked this time to come in? It's okay if I tug him to come in. See, I'm not going to yank on him. Because if I yank back like this, he's going to sit back on his haunches. I don't want to do that. I just want to kind of invite him on in. I say, now you can come into my space. And see, this is a lot more respectful. You see how he drops his head down? Respect. There we go. I just let him think about it for a second. That's called the soaking time. Now, I'm okay with him walking up like that because I know it's a lot more respectful than him just walking into my space. And if I have to, I can bump him back. See, if I have control of it in respect, if somebody respects you, you're a lot more apt to let them into your personal space and be more vulnerable with it.
Yes.
Him being in my space is me being vulnerable because he can hurt me at any time. But if I've established respect and I can trust him to be respectful, then I can let him into my space and he can be vulnerable. And it's the same thing with him with me. I'm not coming here beating on him.
Right.
I'm moving him around with cues that he understands instinctively. But because my posture is real calm, I've established with him that I'm not here to hurt you or disrespect you. So the same way I need him to trust me and respect me, I ask for the same for him. He asks for the same for me. Now see, he's just coming in, and that ain't nothing but showing affection. So I'm okay with that. Now, me personally, I'd stop right here for the first day. I might later on in the day work with him again. But like when you get, there's no time limit on training a horse or working with an issue. So if they give it to you in the first 15 minutes, let them go. Don't take that full hour that you had allotted for that time because one, it might go over that hour. Two, it might be a lot less than that hour. But you had to know when to stop. And I do things in slow increments, so that I can get this one, then I get this one. Because if I go fast, I'm skipping over a few things. You know what I mean? There's some bumps in the road that I need to ride those bumps. And I can still throw my energy towards them and back them up without hitting them. Because I've established that.
Yeah.
I still walk around. Now you see how my posture is, how I'm throwing that energy that way? Now what happens when I just cordially, I'm out here, and when I walk inside here, look at the difference.
Yeah.
So this is the foundation I need because when things start spooking, I want to put up a sharp barrier right there. When things start spooking, he's going to want to bolt. And when he bolts, if he knows that there's no barrier right here to block him, he's running right into me. That's why I established that invisible circle of trust.
Right.
Makes sense?
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Cool.